Our week 6 bets, we're going to go through these kind of quickly. This weekend, obviously, the big game with Vanderbilt and Alabama is the huge one. But we're going to start with Cincinnati, 1.5 point favorite over Iowa State. I'm actually going to go with Iowa State plus 1.5. I like Brennan Sorsby from Cincinnati, 1,043 yards, 10 touchdowns, one INT. But he only threw for 70 yards against Nebraska week 1. And looking at their schedule, Nebraska being kind of the toughest opponent they've had, I'm really interested to see what he can do against an Iowa State defense that is kind of the reason why that Iowa State is still in this hunt for the playoffs, sitting at number 14. Rocco Beck, their best player, 1,103 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks. I just, I haven't been a fan of Iowa State all this year. I think they're a little overrated, but them being a 1.5 point underdog to Cincinnati, I know Cincinnati's at home.
Mhm.
I'm going the other way, and I think this is kind of one of my safer bets of the weekend, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I think there are a couple of injuries on Iowa State, and that's
Yep.
why they're a
Maybe Foster
dog. But
corner. Yep.
but yeah, but so you finish off your bets, and I'll go mine.
Virginia plus 6.5 versus Louisville. Louisville is favored by 6.5. I'm going Virginia. What they showed against Florida State was good. I like Miller Moss for Louisville. 1,029 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 INTs. But Chandler Morris is the real story for me. 1,279 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 INTs. Probably one of the more underrated guys of this season. Certainly could have been mentioned as an honorable mention in our QB list. Not top 10 for sure. And then I'm taking Texas A&M minus 14.5 over Mississippi State. That's going to be a great game, but I do think this is the week that A&M proves that, hey, we can make a jump into the top 5. 14.5 is right at the limit that I would give. 13.5 would have made me definitely hit the button and say yes, because I could see a 34-20 win or something like that, and I lose out on that half point like I did last week. But I'm taking Texas A&M 14.5 against Mississippi State. I'm taking Miami 4.5 against FSU. I actually think Miami wins this game by 2 possessions or more.
Mm.
Miami, they're just rolling right now, and they have all the momentum. Florida State, it'll be good to see what Castellanos does, bouncing back from that loss against Virginia. I like the offense. Their defense leaves a little bit more to be desired, especially with Virginia kind of exposing that secondary a little bit. But I'm taking Miami minus 4.5. I think that spread could have been 5 or 6, and I still would have taken it. Texas minus 6.5 against Florida. Scary pick for me. I'm going to hit the button on that Texas spread and say yes, because I think they're going to force DJ Lagway to make some bad decisions. This Texas defense definitely rivals what LSU showed against Florida. DJ Lagway leads I think he leads the SEC in picks, and 5 of those came in one game, sadly. So with 12 completions or more than 40 yards last year, and this year he's only got one. Now
Mm.
we could talk about him being hurt. He wasn't practicing with the team all that much leading up to the season with different type of injuries, and then they had the bye week, and this was the first week that he said that he actually was able to go ones versus ones in practice and feel good about it. So maybe at home they keep this within 6.5, but I'm betting on Arch to play pretty good, but I'm betting on this defense to kind of take over and win this game for them. So those are my 5 picks of week 6. Let me hear yours.
I don't mind those at all. I'm going to start out with the Vanderbilt at Alabama. Bama is a 10.5 point favorite. I'm going to take Vanderbilt and Diego Pavia to cover. I don't know if they win the game. I just think 11 points is a lot for a conference SEC game where both of these styles of play, Alabama's a lot of a rhythm team. Vanderbilt's been very much run the ball and Diego put it over the top. So I'm going to take Vanderbilt to cover. I have the Texas minus 6.5 at Florida. I'm going to take Florida to cover. I am not a believer in Texas offense right now. That Florida defense is the real deal. They are actually really good. They just haven't been able to showcase it because the offense stinks. I
Right.
think this will be the second toughest defense Arch has played, but he's been playing against garbage the past few weeks. And so this tempo, the pace, the athletes will be different for him. But the next game I'm going to take is Boise State at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 20.5 favorite in this one.
I didn't like that.
Boise State has scored 45 points a game this season, and it's been unreal. And so I don't Notre Dame hasn't stopped anybody at all. And so the defense isn't playing well, and Boise State can push the ball down the field. Their quarterback is also really good as well. And so I'm going to take Boise to cover there. I'm going to take Miami to cover that 4.5 against Florida State as well. I think Tommy Castellanos could have like a career game this game, and I wouldn't be shocked about that at all. But I'm going to take Miami to cover. I'm going to take the opposite of you. I'm going to take Mississippi State to cover at Texas A&M. I just think that Mississippi State has enough to muck it up. I like Marcel Reed. I like the receivers. I like the weapons Texas A&M has. I just think that Mississippi State's going to muck it up a little bit and cover that 14 and a half. 2 touchdowns is a lot for an
Yeah.
SEC matchup. I'm also going to take Virginia to cover, or I guess, and beat Louisville. Really, they're getting 6.5. I'll take that all day. I think their offense will travel well. I don't think Louisville can score with Virginia. I think Virginia are played a better defense in FSU than they will play against at Louisville. So I would take that. In the last pick, this one's funny, but Kent State at Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 45.5 point favorite. I'm going to take Kent State to cover that. I should have taken the Mizzou UMass last week, and I chickened out. Oklahoma has their backup starting. And is it Hawkins? I believe his name is.
Yeah.
I have it written down here. He's starting for John Mateer being hurt. They Oklahoma has Texas next week, and so I don't know that you're going to have your starters playing 10 minutes into the third quarter. And to me, it just
Right.
becomes whatever football at that point. And so to cover 45, and if this game was 50-10, like that would still be a winning bet. And so I'm going to take Kent State to cover that 45.5 against Oklahoma.
That rounds out our week 6 betting show this week. We also gave you our top 10 quarterbacks. Let us know what you think about our QB list. Who should be in there? Who should not be in at the point of this season? It is week 6. We had to throw away pretty much everything we thought about preseason with a lot of these quarterbacks. A lot of guys have stepped up, so it's been really good to see. But we're getting into the real meat of the season right now, heavy conference play, and so a lot of implications on the line. And we will be back soon with our updated list of top 10 quarterbacks. This is First and Cam. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.